It's common for people to develop long-lasting survival responses during narcissistic relationships. Individuals often adapt to the situation they're in, the environment they're in, the narcissist's constant manipulation, emotional abuse, power dynamics. These responses start as a way to protect oneself from further harm, further damage from a narcissist. However, long term, over time, they are very damaging. There are lots of different survival responses out there. Walton Cannon first developed fight and flight, and these have been researched and developed further into things such as freeze and fawn. Now, when someone is in a narcissistic relationship, they can turn to the survival response of fight. So when they are up against the narcissist's toxic behaviour, many people can respond with anger, rage, aggression. They can fight back. It can look like direct confrontation, arguing, standing up for themselves, telling it as it is. And while this response can seem empowering, when it comes to dealing with narcissistic individuals, it often creates more conflict because narcissistic individuals thrive on drama and chaos. Therefore, the fight response often keeps survivors engaged in an endless battle of wills, of ego, leaving them emotionally exhausted and often blamed. Because when a narcissist is dealing with someone with a fight response, they know exactly what buttons to push, especially in front of a crowd, to get the desired reaction that they want, so that the narcissist can play the victim and blame the victim for being the abusive one. Reactive abuse. People can take flight. People can instinctively retreat and distance themselves emotionally, mentally, and physically from the narcissistic individual, to which a narcissist will turn around and claim, you don't care about them. Narcissists take flight when they fear they're going to be exposed, not when they fear that somebody's going to harm them mentally, physically. It's a survival instinct that comes from the need to avoid confrontation, avoid harm. Narcissists only avoid things that don't make them look good. When it comes to extreme cases, flight often means that people physically leave the relationship. They block the narcissist from their life. And while escaping a relationship, this cut-off is often a temporary relief. It doesn't always address the underlying wounds that have been caused by a narcissistic individual. People can freeze out of fear of what the narcissist might do next, out of fear of what the narcissist has done when they fought back in the past and suffered severe repercussions. The fear of what a narcissist has done in the past or might do in the present can create the freeze response, which is characterized by the feelings of numbness, being paralyzed. Victims of narcissistic abuse often tend to feel confused, overwhelmed, anxious, unable to make decisions for fear of being told how wrong they are, scared to act in case they make one wrong move and the narcissist blows. And this response often leaves people stuck in unhealthy situations, feeling helpless and unable to break free from the narcissist's control. Over time, it leads to feelings of depression, anxiety, and a loss of identity. People can fawn in narcissistic relationships. The fawn response is usually the most subtle but equally as damaging to the victim. It usually involves taking on the people-pleasing role, trying keep the peace with a narcissistic individual. People might just fawn instinctively, or they might have tried to fight back and it got them nowhere. They might have tried to take flight, but then the narcissist ruined their lives, so it felt easier to go back. They might have frozen, but the narcissist just poked at them even more until they gave in and gave the narcissist what they wanted. So they turned to constantly accommodating to the narcissist's demands and desires out of fear of what will happen if they don't. And it's usually at the expense of their own well-being. When in narcissistic relationships, the fawn response can mean sacrificing your desires, your health, your finances, your friends, your family, your confidence, your identity, your self-esteem in an attempt to avoid conflict or gain approval from a narcissistic individual. Recognizing these survival responses is crucial for healing and regaining control over your own life. Understanding these behaviours helps survivors understand who they are as a person, why they've turned to these survival mechanisms, and break free from any toxic patterns, regain their independence, rebuild their self-worth. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on this channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do have a select few one-to-one slots available currently. If you're looking for further reading, I have several books out on Amazon. How to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people. How to stay sane and break the chain. A Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for recovery and empowerment. And the new book, Behind the Mask, The Rise of a Narcissist, which is the first book in hopefully a 3-part series. These are all available on Amazon if you'd like to go and check those out. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.